30s and 40s, want to settle down, have kids and whatnot, you're just thinking future wise, like, it just makes more sense to do the OA model and not as much of the heavy lifting and run a business that way. Maybe eventually hire a VA or two to help source as well. In my mind, that makes the most sense, like into my 30s.
In this video, we're going to go over how you can go from thrifting to doing online arbitrage with books. I'm joined here with Tanner, who's done $65,000 in sales the last year. He started thrifting. He added online arbitrage to his business model. So now he can get books even when he's not out thrifting. He doesn't ever have to leave his house. He can buy books from the comfort of his home on Amazon.com, then to resell them on Amazon. So welcome to the channel, brother. And if you want to start with sharing your experience and kind of how you got started and why you started doing online arbitrage books.
Yeah, man. I think mainly, it's just something that it's a lifestyle thing, right? Like going out and thrifting all day long, or going to library sales or whatever, or what have you. It can be backbreaking work. It takes gas on your car. There's other expenses that go into it that people might not be talking about as much. But doing it from home on your laptop, you can you do it anywhere you want. You can do it on vacation if you want to. Like, go on the beach for a little bit, come back in source some books, then go back out. It's kind of enticing to me. And, I think at first, eventually I wanted to do that and eventually learn about other categories, which I haven't really dabbled into yet. But, I think learning in your niche of books and learning all the different models that, successful people are doing is a good idea, and just learning different ways to do it. So I think one, it was a lifestyle thing. And I ended up getting a full-time job where I work from home. So I was serving tables before that. So I had time during the day, and then I would to go thrift, and then at night I would go work and serve tables. But then I got a full-time job and where I work from home now. So I don't have as much time to go out and thrift. I can go on the weekends and whatnot, but I was trying to look for a way to, keep doing it and keep building my business on the side. And OA is obviously the way to go if you're going to be working from home. So I ended up just learning a lot from Joji Davenport, really, at first. His YouTube channel, diving into all of his content. Highly, highly, highly recommend going to dive into all of his free content first. And then if you want to, you can buy his A2A masterclass, which is also a really good source to learn if you want to learn it all in just I don't know how many hours worth of content it is, but I knocked it out in a week.
Yeah.
It was
impressive.
Yeah. And yeah, man. I mean, Joji and Victor are really, really, they're in my mind, there's probably other OA sellers that are doing just as much, maybe more, but they are the leaders as far as outwardly on social media and the community goes. So just learning a lot from them really, really helped me out a lot. But yeah, I'm kind of beating dead horse, but lifestyle and me getting a new job was mainly the two reasons why.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about a little bit about what types of flips you're seeing? Do you know what your average buy cost is and what you're selling your books for, and how many books do you source in a week, that kind of thing?
Yeah. I mean, it really depends on capital as far as how many books, or I mean, I do OA DVDs and CDs too, but mainly OA books is what I've been doing. But I would say my average is, I have a buy sheet. I think it's $15 is the average buy cost. I tried my hardest to find the low hanging fruit to flip for high ROI, especially the evergreen books, seasonal stuff and textbooks. You can't really get great insane ROI as some one-off titles of books. But usually I'm around 15, average buy cost is $15, flip for 45 to 50. That's usually where I'm at. Sometimes I'll go there's times where I'll go above that. It's a really good deal, buy for 40 or 50, flip for 150 to 200 sometimes. I think my best flip was a $12 book for $250 or something like that. It was two something, 12 for 250. Joji has Joji flips all year round books and textbooks and seasonal books, but he does a lot of long tail books too. So I learned that from him to where it might have only sold 2 or 3 times in the last 6 months, but if you're the only FBA seller on the listing, you buy it for 12, flip for 100. I'm cool to wait 3, 4, 5, 6 months for it to sell if it's that crazy of ROI. But I don't recommend that for people like just starting out, because your capital is going to get tied up in long-tailed inventory. You want to find things that flip, quickly. And I think that's what I kind of ran into, was getting too much long-tail books and seasonal books to where my capital was tied up and my Amazon payouts started to get less. So that's why I kind of picked up the scanner again to get some inventory going again. But kind of rambling at this point, but I hope I answered.
You're a natural YouTuber, man. What's your end goal? Like, what do you want to do in sales each year?
That's a great question, man. I feel like I don't think about this enough. Like, right? Like, everybody
grind and just wait for the results.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just want to grind and see where it gets me. But I think it's a great idea to have actionable goals. I mean, I did 65,000 the first year, right? I feel like 100K is, doable and something that I can, accomplish, especially I got like a year and 2 months under my belt as far as like knowledge and experience goes. So yeah, I think 100K, and I think I would love to eventually be 100%, OA and not have to do, thrifting or library pickups or what have you ever again. But there's something just about it that I just love, having the scanner in my hands and getting there's the dopamine serotonin rush when you get those greens.
Dude, and you can like have $1,000 profit hauls, like 100%.
Exactly.
Like it's not uncommon to come across like $1,000 in profit from like a private collection or a library closed down or a private library sale or private estate sale. Like and so like it's hard to give that up. I get it.
Yeah. But I just think eventually, I'm looking at 30 years old, 30 to 40, 30s and 40s, want to settle down, have kids and whatnot. And I don't think, I mean, there's people doing it and have children, right? But you're just thinking future wise, it just makes more sense to do the OA model and not as much of the heavy lifting and run a business that way. Maybe eventually hire a VA or two to help source as well. That makes that, in my mind, that makes the most sense, like into my 30s.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. And one of the best ways to get started learning, like you said, is go watch Joji, and you've spoken highly of him. We're doing a free training coming up, and by the time this video is released, probably today or tomorrow, the free training will be. So if you guys want to sign up for that, click the link below. Do you want to talk about that free training? Because you went to that, right? You went to the webinar with Joji.
Probably. I've been in many webinars with Joji and whatnot, but
I guess just like, what would you say about Joji? Because it's an hour masterclass breaking down how to do online arbitrage.
Oh, man. I mean, literally, this guy he's 100K in profit, probably gonna do more this year. And the guy's a teacher. Like, the guy knows how to break it down and put it, like, give it to you like he's teaching like a 5-year-old. Like, he's really good at, he's very patient, he's very giving, and he's very, he's very, very smart dude. Not even just in like, the Amazon business world, but just from talking to him and like being in groups with him, like he's very smart as far as like financials go, and it just seems like the guy just has it together. So he's someone that in the community, if you're a bookseller, I 100% think you should join the hour webinar with Romer and him, but definitely dive into his content and look into Bookmine too. I didn't talk about Bookmine. I was using Bookmine for a little bit as well. Gonna get back into it here soon, because I feel like at first you need to learn like manual keepa sourcing before you dive into Bookmine, because it's not cheap. It's like $150, $120 a month. So not everybody can afford it at first, but it's like an easy way to I feel like that's where you can really scale, is once you learn that and then you get into Bookmine, then it's just like boom, like you can source very easily. So check Joji out, check everything he's got going out. Highly recommend, and definitely check out the webinar with Romer and Joji.
Heck yeah, the link is below, guys. Sign up, it's going down soon, and bring your questions. It's gonna be a live event. Thanks, Tanner, for coming on. If they got questions, can they ask you in the GoToLister Facebook group?
Absolutely, hit me up.
Tanner Mavis.
Yes, sir.
Oh, did I get it right?
You got it.
It does not look like it's spelled that way, guys. So just type in @Tanner space M if you're in the GoToLister community, and you can network with Tanner. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
If you guys want to learn more about flipping books on Amazon, we're actually doing a live training this Wednesday, the 24th of July, with Joji Davenport, who did 100,000 in profit last year flipping books on Amazon. So what he does is he purchases books that are, for whatever reason, they're too low. There's a myriad of reasons, which we'll go over in the free training, but he purchases them for an average of $16 and sells them, I think, for like $50 plus. He did 100,000 profit last year, over 250,000 in sales. He was a high school teacher. He actually just quit his job. He's made a lot of money flipping books on Amazon, and he's going to break down step by step how you can achieve the same. And you know, in this video we did a very basic high level overview, but if you want an in-depth training, consider coming to this free training. Click the link below and sign up, and we will see you there. It's going down Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Much love. Peace.